In many of the problems that we've looked at, most of the data that we have is not really given to us, but rather we have the summary statistics. For example, for proportions, we know the number of successes and the sample size. But what if we're given an actual data set of actual responses, which is the list of all the different values that we have in here? So for example, this spreadsheet is a sample of a data set. How do we analyze this data without having to go through each one by one to summarize it ourselves? Well, ArtofStat can help us with that. So let's pay attention maybe to this specific variable, WT feel, which stands for how students feel about their weight. And the responses we have are, they could say maybe they're about right, like this student here, this male student. Or maybe they might say that they are overweight. Or maybe they might respond that they are underweight. So those are the three responses here. And we want to know, out of all the responses, what proportion say they are underweight, and what does that say about our population, not just this sample? So we're going to run our test. So let's go through our 4-step process to make this estimate. And we're going to do this at a 99% confidence level. So step 1, as we've seen, let's just define our parameter. We're interested in P, it's a proportion, which represents the proportion of all students at this college that feel underweight. And since it's not given to us anywhere here, I'm just going to say we're going to be 99% confident. Step 2, what's the method that we've learned? Well, this is going to be a 1 proportion z-test. And now we can do step 3 using technology. So how does this work? So if we go over to So if we go over to ArtofStat, we're going to see that we have the Inference for proportion option. Select that to open up the calculator. And on the Enter Data section, we have the individual observations, which is what we have. When we have all of that list of data, those are each of the individual observations. And we can just copy it into here. So since we're interested specifically in this category, weight feel, we'll just select all of those things. So we'll just go down and get all of the values and copy it. So we can just copy, Control C. And when we go back into here, we can put this all into this box. And so you'll see basically the entire column is put into here. The next question is, what is it that we're trying to count? Right now, we're not looking at about right. We want to know what percentage of underweight students there are. So we're going to select that one. And now we can select our confidence level is going to be 99%. And here we go. We have our solution. So our confidence interval is going to go from 0.0380 to 0.1314. And finally, we can make our conclusion now that we have our interval. We are 99% confident that the interval 3.8%, so I'm just going to convert it into percentages, to 13.14% actually contains our parameter. And there we go.